Easy sight words. Easy sight words 3. A fun and easy way to becoming fluent in reading English.
Unit 10, The Tiny Squirrel. Sight words for Unit 10, never, does, much, only.
The tiny squirrel never does much. He only eats nuts and sleeps. The squirrel only has 3 nuts. Does anyone know where he can find more nuts? The squirrel looked by the big tree. There were lots of nuts. He ate as much as he liked. The squirrel was never hungry again.
Okay, reading with our fingers and repeating after me. The tiny squirrel never does much. The tiny squirrel never does much. He only eats nuts and sleeps. He only eats nuts and sleeps. The squirrel only has 3 nuts. The squirrel only has 3 nuts. Does anyone know where he can find more nuts? Does anyone know where he can find more nuts? The squirrel looked by the big tree. The squirrel looked by the big tree. There were lots of nuts. There were lots of nuts. He ate as much as he liked. He ate as much as he liked. The squirrel was never hungry again. The squirrel was never hungry again. Write each word 5 times. Never, does, much, only. Now fill in the missing letter. Number 1, never. Number 2, does. Number 3, much. And number 4, only. Now match the pictures to the sentences. Number 1, the tiny squirrel never does much. Draw a line matching the picture and the sentence. Number 2, the squirrel only has 3 nuts. Number 3, the squirrel looked by the big tree. And number 4, he ate as much as he liked. Now fill in the missing word. Number 1, The tiny squirrel never does much. Number 2, he only eats nuts and sleeps. Number 3, he ate as much as he liked. Number 4, the squirrel was never hungry again. Read each word, copy it, and then circle it in the sentence. Number 1, never. Write it out and say it. Now circle it. The squirrel was never hungry again. Number 2, does. The tiny squirrel never does much. Number 3, much. He ate as much as he liked. And number 4, only. He only eats nuts and sleeps. Now let's unscramble the sentences. Look at number 1. Which word comes first? The squirrel was never hungry again. The squirrel was never hungry again. Good. Now try number 2. The tiny squirrel never does much. The tiny squirrel never does much. Now number 3. He ate as much as he liked. He ate as much as he liked. Now number 4. What's the first word? He only eats nuts and sleeps. He only eats nuts and sleeps. Word search. Look for the words. Never, does, much, only. Now listen to the word and write down what you hear. Number 1, does anyone know where he can find more nuts? Number 2, he ate as much as he liked. Number 3, he only eats nuts and sleeps. And number 4, the tiny squirrel never does much.